Hi, I'm Michelle from How Muchly Paper Blooms. Today I'm going to be doing some work in the studio, so I thought I'd bring you along for the ride. So in the studio today I'm going to be working on some templates for making chrysanthemums, which is one of the flowers I mentioned in my top 3 beginner flower video. I'll link that up on the screen now so that you can go and watch it if you haven't already. And it's one of those flowers that I just thought would be great to get started with because it's pretty simple. There's just quite a lot of petals to it. So this is the last one that I made, which was quite a while ago now. I think this is about 2 years old. So I just want to try some new techniques that I've learned since then and see if I can improve on it at all before I teach you guys how to make it. So today I'm going to focus on making a template and also practicing making the chrysanthemum so that I can then go on to make a tutorial for you guys, hopefully having fine-tuned it a little bit before I do. So yeah, come along and join me for a day in the studio and we'll see where we get to. I'm not sure if I'll get the flower finished today because it's already early afternoon, but hopefully I'll get it to a good point that you can see a little bit of the behind the scenes and the process that goes into designing a tutorial and a template for a paper flower. I also have a helper in the studio today. This is Harvey. Say hi! So I'm just trying to figure out the best colours to use for this because most flowers do have a lot of variation in the petal colours, they're not just one flat colour. The problem is that technique is a little bit more advanced and I want this to be a beginner flower. So I'm definitely going to cover all those techniques at some point, but right now I just want something that's a bit more easy and simple to get started with. So I'm trying to figure out a way that I can get different colour into the petals without actually making it too complicated for a starter flower. So I'm thinking I'm going to use these 3 colours and they work quite well together. They're all from the same range from the Leah Griffith, which is the Where I Love German crepe paper. So I'm thinking that maybe I'll use this lighter yellow as the centre of the flower and then I'll do some petals in this mid-yellow and then a few in this orange. Or I could do it the other way around and have my centre orange and then kind of grade it out to light. So that's the dilemma right now. I've got to figure out which way to do it. Typically, if we were under different circumstances, I'd probably go and buy some real flowers and look at them and figure out how they actually, how they're composed and where the colour placement is as well. But obviously these are not typical times right now, so going out and buying flowers isn't really an option. So instead, I'm just going to look at some photos online and see what I can find first of all. So first up, I'm just literally going to Google chrysanthemum and see what comes up. I think I'm going to change that to be yellow chrysanthemum. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see that, but there's some with an orange centre like that and then yellow petals, and there's actually some that are the other way around as well. So I think I could probably do either. But that one has orange in the middle too. And that one is paler, it's even got a bit of green in it. So there's all sorts of different ways, and that's part of the beauty of paper flowers, that you know, every flower is different. They're all, they're so unique individual flowers that you can't really go wrong with almost making it up as you go. As long as it looks like a type of flower, you can add some more variety into it. You can create your own colours. Like if you want a specific colour of flower and that doesn't exist in nature, you can just make it out of paper, and then, you know, it's your flower. It doesn't really matter that it's not grammatically correct, is that a thing? Botanically correct, I reckon. Okay, so I think I'm going to go with the orange centred. So that makes it easier at least, so I can get started. And what I was saying before, I made 2 different options for the centre, because the easy way is with this, like, it's like a foam ball. I'm not really sure, is it polystyrene maybe? You can get them from most craft stores, and I just have a load in stock already, so that's the easy thing to use, and it is very quick to make. But I'm very conscious that most people probably don't have these in stock unless they've got kids, and even then it's quite a specific craft material, so you might not have one. So I'm also doing an option which is just bunched up paper, because obviously right now most people can't get out. I think I actually got these from China. Not sure if I should admit that or not, but anyway, I will not be ordering any more of these anytime soon, nor will I be recommending anyone orders them. Yeah, I think you can get them from like Michael's or Hobbycraft or whatever, but this is another option. The only thing with this is it seems to work fine. Like I can get it to the same sort of size and shape, but it's very, when I touch it, it's very wet and squidgy, and I'm thinking that's going to need a good amount of time to dry, so that's probably going to need to dry overnight before I can do anything with it, which is quite frustrating, because when you start making a flower you just want to get on and do it. You don't want to hang around for the glue to dry. So we'll see. I'm going to do both options, and then I can show you in the tutorial, and then you can figure out which works best for you, I guess. But I'll see how I go. I'll try and stick some petals to this and see if they work or not. I'm going to cover both of these in the orange paper now and see how we get on. First, coffee. So, question for you guys. I tend to work in a mix of metric and imperial. I'm not really sure why. it's the way I am, I guess. So obviously I'm from the UK originally, so I'm used to centimetres. And then now that we're in Canada, everyone kind of just does a bit of everything. There doesn't seem to be a set way of doing it. So sometimes I use inches, sometimes I use centimetres, and then I kind of mix it up a bit. So yeah, sorry if that gets a bit confusing. Sometimes I'll refer to these like these are going to be 3 1/4 inch. I don't know why I haven't measured that in centimetres. It's some kind of weird hybrid, I guess. So if that gets confusing, just let me know in the comments below and I will try and sort it out. If you're happy with it as is, also let me know, that'd be great. Oh, sorry, I've got to show you this. Harvey Dog has just joined me under the desk. I'm going to film on the iPad.
Hello. Are you sleepy? Oh, those eyes. Look at the eyes. He loves being under the desk. Like, I don't know where he expects me to put my feet, but he loves it under there.
Good boy. Right, where were we? Okay. I don't know if you heard that, but there's a lot of sighing coming on from under the desk. It's a hard life, isn't it, mate? Fingers are so covered in glue. But as we should all be doing anyway, wash your hands. So now I need to figure out the first petals. So I'm just going to wrap the paper before I cut it so I can make sure they're the right length. It's a bit of trial and error, making sure you've got the right size. I think we're about there. This is where I always go wrong with the inches, because it's not a exact number and it always just confuses me. And this is when I switch to centimetres, which probably confuses you. I want to stretch that out a little bit, but not all of the way, because you still want some stretch in it, but equally not too much. That's probably about right there. So normally I'd cut and then curl all of my petals first before I attach them, but I don't know how many I'm going to need. So first of all I'm going to use these, and then I'll probably cut some more and see how we get on. Alright, so that's 12. Happy with that, that works. I don't think that's going to focus. Hang on. So the camera doesn't want to focus on this, apparently, so let's try the trusty iPad instead. This whole filming situation is all pretty new to me. Figuring out what works the best is a little bit of a challenge. I already have a DSLR camera, which is what I'm filming on now, but I don't think it's the best for vlogs and for YouTube and stuff because it doesn't focus very well, and I don't know if that's just my camera or if it's not working. I think it might be a little bit broken. We'll see what happens, but yeah, for now it's a combination of the camera and my iPad and whatever else we can make work. Alright, so I'm going to let that dry and I'm going to go and get some more coffee. See you in a minute.
So I get coffee. This one gets a carrot. Look at that face. Do you want it? Take it. Good boy. What you got? Look at that tail going. Loves the carrot, don't you? Loves the carrot. Most of it will end up on the carpet when he's done, but it makes him happy.
So I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out so far. I don't actually think it needs another colour, I think that's just going to be overkill, so I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm just going to finish off the last couple of petals around the outside, just to hide some of this detail. I think we're pretty much there, and then I can maybe do some leaves as well. We'll see how we go for time.
Hello. Hi.
Okay, so that's pretty much done. I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. Once it's dried a bit more, I'll fluff out these petals more so it'll be a bit bigger and a little bit more unruly. But for now, I think that's fine. So I still need to do a template for the leaf and figure out how I'm going to do that. I'm not happy with this one I did originally. I think it'd be too complicated to cut considering this is meant to be a beginner flower as well. So I'm going to find a way to simplify this and make a template for it as well. But I think I'm going to do that tomorrow because it's like 5 o'clock already and I still need to edit this video to get it up for first thing tomorrow morning. So yeah, we'll leave that for another day. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this one's turned out and I think I can easily replicate that so that you guys can have a go too. So hopefully you'll see the tutorial for that very soon. So I'll leave it there for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed joining me in the studio, so thanks for being here with me. If you'd like me to do more studio vlogs or like the behind the scenes making, then just let me know in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, then make sure you like it and hopefully I'll see you back here very soon. Tell much Steve for being here to celebrate the special moments with me.